so today was going to be a different video, and now I'm refilming the intro because it's a whole different video. So today we're talking about Gabbie Hanna. It's a whole dedicated video because there is just a lot that happened that I didn't realize had happened. So you're going to see me in different outfits throughout the video because I'm just like filming in bits and pieces throughout the days. But yeah, now the video has actually come together into one piece that you guys can watch. So yeah, second channel in description, social media links will be somewhere. I'm joking, they're on the screen and in the description. It's a fun time sometimes. Give this video a thumbs up and comment down below if that's what you wish to do, but I'm just here to remind you that that's something that you guys could do to help me out. I just wanted to pop in again to say that this video is sponsored very kindly and graciously by Adam and Eve, who are giving you guys a code to get 50% off one item and free shipping to US and Canada. If you go on adamandeve.com and you use the code Angelika, just a few extra bits and bobs if you needed to be persuaded. 20% off profits go towards fighting the spread of HIV, which is incredible. I love when companies actually do some good in the world. They have 24/7 customer service, 90-day no hassle returns, and very discreet packaging. So let's get back into the tea spilling. Now, I recently filmed a Gabbie Hanna video where I kind of defend her and I say, you know, like, I'm glad that she's back to kind of normal mental health, and I'm glad that she's doing a little bit better and that she's posting kind of regular content, you know? I was kind of just enjoying the fact that she was back to being the 2016 Gabbie Hanna, pre-Kenza Cosmetics, pre-Jessie Smiles, pre-everything. And now there's some things that I agree with when it comes to Gabbie Hanna, there's some things I don't, and I'm gonna go over that in this video, and then you guys can let me know what you agree with when it comes to Gabbie Hanna and what you don't agree with, because I think there are some varying opinions with this. Gabbie Hanna has recently gone on DramaAlert. If you don't know why that is significant, is the fact that she claims that she hates drama. Now, if you hate drama, DramaAlert should probably be the last place that you go to. I don't know, I just think if something's got drama in the name and you say you don't like drama, then you probably shouldn't be on there. So she went on DramaAlert and she talks about all of her drama. Here's the thing, once again, if you don't like drama and you feel like you've adequately addressed everything that you needed to address, whether other people think it's adequate or not, besides the point, whether if you think you've adequately addressed every single drama that you've been in, which Gabbie has on multiple occasions claimed that she has adequately addressed all the drama, then why do we need to go on DramaAlert and rehash all the drama? That is just my question. Feel free to answer. So she talks about that, and then she gets into the song that she's releasing later on in September, which is essentially a song she wrote for Trisha Paytas to perform. And then Trisha Paytas then, you know, they had a falling out, so Trisha Paytas said, I don't want the song anymore, and Gabbie is now taking the song back to perform it, which I think is, there's literally nothing wrong with that. A lot of singers happen to be in that situation where they will write a song for another singer, that singer then says, hey, I don't want it anymore, and then they take it back and they perform it, but most of the time you don't even know. Like, it will come up in some kind of an interview somewhere because someone asks them, oh, how did this song come about? And they're like, actually, it was supposed to be written for someone else and then they didn't want it, so I took it and now here we are. But in reality, most people don't just like, before they come out with a song, go, oh my god, guys, by the way, this song was made for someone that actually hates me right now, so I'm gonna sing it instead, because I think that's just really weird. But the fact that she went on DramaAlert to talk about it, and then she filmed a whole video using Trisha Paytas in her title for it, I think it's just asking for trouble, because we all know what Trisha Paytas is like. If this was anyone else, it would have been fine. But because it's Trisha Paytas, like, Gabbie, you must have known that Trisha was going to make multiple, like, Instagram stories about it, tweets, videos, and that's exactly what happened, because we know Trisha, we know what she's like. It just restarted drama that wasn't supposed to happen in the first place. Under the Trisha Paytas video, I think it's got like a 70% like to dislike ratio, something wrong. It's in the 70s, and the comments aren't great. Most of them are saying like, Trisha Paytas has asked you to stop talking about her, and now you continue to talk about her even though you say you don't like drama, but you know this is going to cause drama, so why are you doing this? Anyway, so Trisha Paytas then tweets out a thread saying, hey Gabbie Hanna, I know I'm an easy target, but let's not forget you being a not going to say it, apologist, lying about a man, something you, rice gum, not paying your producers early on, not crediting your producers early on, leaving your best friend on New Year's Eve while she was messed up, raising hell on reality shows, making you the worst contestant ever, I'm not sure what that's about, leaving screaming voice memos to said producers over them not having the right food for you or asking you to be on set at all, thinking people's husbands were in love with you first, lying about people's sexual health, DMing underage fans, which makes it sound worse than it is. There was no like or any kind of like crazy stuff. It was the situation where she DM'd some of her younger fans about some drama that she was in, because I want to clarify that, because that makes it sound a lot worse than it is. Manipulating your ex-boyfriend, best friend to tears, boyfriend, best friend, not sure, reducing a former YouTube rep to tears that they quit. I was not aware of that. She also tweets out saying, hope all that is worth view on music videos you fund in hopes of getting signed at 30. Hope all your manipulation and downward spiral of your mental breakdown that continues is worth it. Now, the main thing that I disagree with here is the age thing. Like, you can get signed at 30 and what's the issue with that? You can just start singing and being a singer at the age of 30. There's no like issue with that. I also hate how there is this big like age thing on YouTube. I know sometimes I'm guilty of it, but in the sense of like, I always say it as like, you're too mature to be doing this. Like, you're too mature to think this is okay. But in the sense of like, I don't think any opportunities are out of question when it comes to your age. And if I've ever said something that would insinuate that I think someone should stop doing something because of their age, then I completely disagree with that now. The more I grow up, the more I realize that age is just a number, not in a relationship way. Let's follow the law. Thank you very much. But in the sense of like doing things, just like pursuing opportunities or goals or ambitions, age is just a number. Just go for it. Just do your thing. So if Gabbie Hanna was 50 and still pursuing being signed by a label, then that's perfectly fine. I have no issue with that. And I think the whole ageism thing comes out when it comes to like drama. So you know how Tati, Shane, Jeffree had drama? The main person who was being shamed for her age was Tati. And is it because she's a woman? Yeah, it kind of seems like it, isn't it? Because women are always being shamed for getting old, even though that's just a natural thing that everyone goes through. Everyone grows in age. Remember when she complained YouTube was shadow banning her and her income was cut down to a third, but she needed that income to fund said music videos? Perhaps that was a sign from above Gabbie. In the DramaAlert interview, he asks her about the shadow banning thing, and she said that it was because her videos were being age restricted and they weren't being played in public settings, schools, libraries, that kind of a thing. And KeemStar then brought to her attention that most YouTubers are age restricted. If you swear in your videos, you're most likely age restricted and you most likely are not being played in school, on school computers. So that's not a thing. And then he goes, is there anything else? And she said, no, I think that's it. Once again, I am kind of unsure about this whole shadow banning thing. Like, if genuinely she thinks she's being shadow banned, that's fine. She says she has the data. I still haven't seen it. People still haven't seen it. If the data's there and she's not allowed to show it, fine. But I think it would just be easier for us to understand what she means by I'm shadow banned if she did show us the data that she talks about a lot. So I wish I could see the data. I haven't seen it. I don't know the data exists, what the data shows, what it says. But just being age restricted is not being shadow banned. Now, there could be a lot more to it. She did say that it was stuff like people click on her videos just to dislike them and then they leave, which then lessens her watch time, and like her like to dislike ratio is off. That is not shadow banning. That is just people kind of sabotaging you. Then the algorithm just working in the exact way that was created to work, which is if your watch time is short, YouTube will stop recommending your videos. So you want your watch time to be as high as possible and your engagement to be as high as possible for the best chances to be put on recommended. Now, that is not YouTube shadow banning you. That is more kind of like the audience sabotaging you and not getting your videos to recommended because of it. But once again, I don't have the data to be able to then say if there are any other reasons for her to think that she's shadow banned, so I can't really speak on that. Also, what I had an issue with is the fact that Gabbie said that she is kind of like, you know, her income has been cut, she can't afford the music stuff, so on and so forth. She went on DramaAlert and she said that she made YouTube millions of dollars, so she believes that she should have almost not like special treatment, but she should be treated with a little bit more respect from YouTube. So I don't know if you guys know how this works, but when she said, I made YouTube millions of dollars. Now, I don't know what millions is. Millions could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20. I don't know what millions in the plural is, but let's say 5. Let's say she made YouTube $5 million. YouTube, like I said, takes a 45% cut off what you make. Now, whatever shows up on our dashboard, like in our analytics, is already after the 45% cut. So we don't really ever see the pre 45% cut, but you can kind of just like calculate it in your head. Now, if she had made YouTube $5 million, that 5 million is 45% of what she actually made, which means that she then probably made another 5.5 million. If someone makes 5.5 million and then gets cancelled and doesn't have any money, then they probably just weren't very good of money. You know, if she had invested more of it and maybe like put it aside, saved a little bit more, then I don't think this would be such a stressful situation. But maybe, possibly, I'm just speculating, she spent a little more than she's now comfortable with and she needs the money to then continue with her music career. But also, if I was struggling financially and I was terrified that I was being cancelled and that I was not going to have an income from now on, the last thing I would be thinking about doing is funding my own music career, because that's not a necessity, that's a want. It's not a need, it's a want. So if I knew that I was being cancelled, and if like I knew that I had like overspent and I don't have much in my savings, and if I knew that I was being cancelled, then the last thing I would be doing is making very expensive music videos or having studio time or things like that. Because I know those things are very expensive, which is why people want to be signed to a label, because then that label covers all of the costs. But yeah, like I said, that kind of a discrepancy there with the financial situation. I'd love to know more on that. Where did the money go? What is millions? What is millions for YouTube? Because YouTube does take a 45% cut. And we know that for a fact. YouTube takes a 45% cut. So whatever Gabbie says she made for YouTube, she essentially made that for herself as well, because it's essentially a 50-50 split. So I'd love to know what millions is. I'd love to know where those millions went. And I'd love to know why more YouTubers don't have financial advisors. Please let me know. In this essay, I will let you know why YouTubers don't have financial advisors. She then says, all of this started because I told someone I didn't want to be their friend. Scary, seek help. Maybe she'll get an extra 10,000 views on this video. Of course, all of this for another song promo. Enjoy your song. Please visit a psych ward after. All I've ever asked you since May of 2019 is to leave me alone, to stop contacting me, and to stop asking for friendship. I want zero association with you. KeemStar asked me to come on an interview last week for DramaAlert, and I said no. Only really sad and desperate for attention people go on there to interview about drama. It's so pathetic. And then Keem tweeted out a video, I'm not even going over it, saying, I'm mad at Trisha Paytas. And then she goes, you instigate for a living and bad things happen as a result. You're playing a dangerous game. And then she also says, mad because you have to live with what you said to someone for the rest of your life, but use me to take your hurt out on. So then what happened was Trisha actually posted a video essentially saying the same things, just in words that she said in the tweets, saying things like Gabbie is crazy, going over the stuff that she has done, going over the problems that she has with her, and so on and so forth. So this is a bit awkward, but yesterday I had a pretty busy day while I was filming the mini tea video, and essentially I just ended up missing a whole big chunk of what I wanted to talk about, which just sounds about right for me. It's like, I'm always like, oh, here's my priority. This is exactly the point I want to hit on. And then that is the one point that I just forget to mention, because I feel like I had focus on it so much that I'm like, oh, out of sight, out of mind. Gabbie Hanna, after everything that happened, after the Trisha Paytas video that I went over, after the DramaAlert thing, after the video that she posted, she has now posted an apology video of sorts. It's a whole different style. I think, you know, after all this time I spent on the internet, this is the first time seeing this. A 3-minute long video of a screenshot of a Notes app apology, if that makes sense. So it starts off saying, I was wrong. I thought I was doing the best thing at the time, but I see now that I wasn't. I truly don't like drama. I wish it didn't exist, which, like I mentioned with the whole DramaAlert thing, like if you hate drama, why go on DramaAlert to rehash old drama? But I do also understand the fact that Trisha Paytas has done nothing but mock Gabbie Hanna in TikToks and videos and tweets and all of that stuff. So if someone is constantly talking about you, wouldn't that then give you permission to also talk about them? Because Trisha Paytas never claims that she doesn't like the drama, it makes sense that she constantly rehashes her drama. But the fact that Gabbie Hanna says, I don't like drama, and then gets involved in drama, do you know what I mean? It's like she has the right to defend herself from Trisha Paytas, from people that hate her, from people that leave hate comments, so on and so forth. But I don't think the right way to do that is to go on DramaAlert and then claim that you don't like drama, because DramaAlert is literally in the name. Like it is, it's right there. And then she goes on to say, however, I do try to make the best of drama, which makes sense to me. Like I feel like a lot of YouTubers do that and they don't get half the amount of that Gabbie Hanna does. Like a lot of people take criticism that they're given and then turn it into a joke or a meme or merch. So for example, James Charles did the Flashback Mary thing, where he did like a whole video centered around Flashback Mary. There are just a lot of things that like James Charles makes fun of and a lot of people make fun of, and that's perfectly fine. People are so okay with that. And then when Gabbie Hanna tries to capitalize on drama that she's involved in, people have a big issue with that. So for example, recently she released merch. It has like bullies on it, like, you know, the BOOLIES bullies merch, or she makes TikToks mocking the whole drama situation, and people have a lot of issues with that. And it's kind of like, if this was anyone else capitalizing on their own drama, it wouldn't be an issue, but because it's Gabbie Hanna, people have an issue with it because people don't like her, and people don't like her for very valid reasons. Like I'm not saying that there is no reason to dislike Gabbie Hanna, but there is definitely like a bias there where like some people are allowed to capitalize on the drama that they're involved in and then she's not. But once again, to bring up another point, if you claim that you hate drama so very much, then why would you then want to capitalize on it? Because people like James Charles, they know that their whole career is essentially just made on drama, so they never really say, well, at least not in recent times, because I think they've realized that like drama is very important to their career. They don't say, oh, I hate drama, I'm not involved in drama, and then go and capitalize on drama. They're very upfront and honest about the fact that they do get in drama, and then they capitalize on it so people are more okay with it. So once again, two sides, there are two sides to this. That we're only like 2 lines into this apology and I'm already talking for ages. So I think the main thing is I have a very different experience and view living it than all of the people passively watching it. To me, this isn't starting or rehashing anything. To me, this is taking a negative situation that already exists and continues to exist and making a positive situation out of it, which is also very true because I feel like a lot of YouTubers, when they're involved in drama, it lasts a certain amount of time, which is essentially just like a blip in their career, and then it just moves on. With Gabbie Hanna, I feel like this drama has been continuous. Now, is that our fault? Is that her fault? Is that the fans' fault? Like, who is making this drama continue? Is it her? Is it fans? I don't know, but someone is continuing this drama for too damn long. But also, not everyone has drama to do with very sensitive topics. Like, you know, some of the stuff that Gabbie Hanna's been involved in, whether she believes it's true or not, whether people believe it's true or not, whether it's her side of the story or someone else's, they're very serious allegations. So once again, maybe that's why people are not getting over it. I don't know. Something that might not be super obvious to everyone else is that while it might be cold tea to the world, it takes a long time to process stuff. I need to take major steps back to collect myself, sort out how I'm actually feeling, organize my thoughts, and articulate it in a way that isn't damaging to myself or anybody else. While the world was forgetting about it and getting bored, I was still very much dealing with the aftermath. I don't like to respond to something until I've healed from it, and usually healing from it for me means creating music or art. When I don't take the time to process, well, we all saw what happened when I speak before processing. Cue high school effing bullies. That's always been my survival mode. Make your tragedies a work of art or whatever. It always feels like if I can make the situation into something emotionally beneficial for me, then everything will have been worth it. Like, maybe I can reshape the situation in my head. This wasn't just a terrible thing that I went through. This was also the inspiration and driving force behind this wonderful thing I made. And once again, no one is saying that you're not allowed to make art around drama or around bad things happening in your life. But then when you start, you know, saying things like, oh, I hate drama, but also I'm gonna go on DramaAlert to promote my new song and make it sound like it's a diss track, it starts to cross that line. Like, no one is saying, Gabbie, that you can't. I feel like I'm speaking personally as if, you know, she says she doesn't watch drama videos, so there's no point of me addressing her like this. You can take drama that you're involved in and turn it into a joke, turn it into art, turn it into music without ever really announcing it. It's just something that can happen without you having to kind of announce it like this. Like, you don't have to go on DramaAlert and then claim that you don't like drama. That's just the problem that I have. That being said, I don't need to talk about it all the time. Very true. I can just create the thing and let that be it. I can't allow that healing portion of it be for just me and be proud of what I made. As much as I love to explain the inspiration behind my music, some things don't need to be spoken. You can still talk about the inspiration for the music. It's like most artists talk about the inspiration for the music, like, you know, on Genius and stuff, but to me, it's just the announcing it on DramaAlert. I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me to say I don't like drama and then to go on one of the biggest drama channels to announce a song that was supposed to be written for someone that literally hates you, and then essentially phrase it as if it's a diss track. I don't know if I'm making sense right now because I feel like my thoughts are very jumbled. I'm still trying to figure out the line between engaging in drama and defending myself. Yes, that is a very difficult line to walk on. Where is it being involved and where is it just defending yourself and talking about kind of like your side of things? Because you talking about your side of things is technically you being involved in it, if that makes sense. Like, there's always that like, oh, where am I in this whole thing, you know? So it's definitely something that a lot of YouTubers aren't taught. We don't have agents, managers, PR teams. Most of us don't, and some of us should. So yeah, where is like the line of not being involved but still putting your side out there? Because everyone has the right to put their side of things out there. Sometimes it really does feel from my end that people are allowed to say whatever they want about me, but if I respond in any way, then I'm stirring the pot. But that's not really exclusive to Gabbie Hanna. That's literally every single YouTuber on planet Earth. I feel like all of us kind of, and it's not just exclusive to Gabbie, it's just the rest of us don't really say it publicly, so you never really see that side of us. But like, a lot of being a YouTuber is feeling like you're the only one going through something because it's such an individual job where like you're not like part of a hype house or something. It's just you, your camera, your office, your room, and that's kind of it. It's kind of like you always feel like you're a little bit like alone in something and you're the only one going through something, when in reality, every single YouTuber is going through the same thing. Whether you're an ASMR channel, a beauty channel, a gaming channel, a vlogging channel, a commentary channel, a drama channel, we're all essentially going through the same. So that whole feeling like people can say stuff about me but I can never speak back is not exclusive to Gabbie Hanna. It is just a YouTube thing. People are allowed to say the most awful, mean stuff to me. And they do. They say the most awful stuff to me. And if I speak back, then it's like, oh, look at her bullying us. Oh, that's not exclusive to Gabbie Hanna. That is literally all of us. Like, you can either choose to ignore the hate or you can choose to take part in the hate. If you take part in the hate, then you are going to be called out for it because they're just not going to, you know, people that tell you to go yourself are not the kind of people that are going to be like, oh damn, she responded, I'm going to go listen to what she has to say and then take that on board and try to better myself as a human being. Those are not the kind of people that you want to engage with anyway. So like the best option, it's the mute button on Twitter. It's very good, it's very helpful. They don't know you've muted them, so it's like they're throwing words at a wall and it's just not sticking, but they think it's sticking. I think she thinks that the things that she is going through are exclusive to her, and they are not. They are a site-wide thing that every single person on YouTube goes through. Or if I express my side or that it's hurt me, I'm playing the victim. I do believe there's a fair difference between starting drama and not allowing someone to walk all over you. Very true. When you're a kid, they teach you how to deal with bullies, hold the eye rolls, please, stand up to them, be confident, set boundaries, strike when the iron is cold. This is and has been, whether people see it or not, bullying. It's just normally dealt with in a principal's office and not on YouTube and TikTok. So I dealt with it the way I had to teach my little siblings to deal with bullies. Yeah, I think there's yeah, like in school you kind of taught like, oh, stand up to them, be confident. On YouTube, if you acknowledge the bullies, it will just get worse. But that's kind of how it is in school as well. Like if you're getting bullied and then you like acknowledge it, it's just going to get worse. The best thing to do is just not let it get to you, or at least pretend that it's not getting to you, because that's what all of us do. Essentially, all of us are having mental breakdowns behind the scenes and then in public pretending that it doesn't bother us, because that way people kind of give up. Because they're like, damn, me telling her to herself is not working, I might have to stop and move on to someone else. It's literally just mute, move on, mute, move on. That's basically how YouTubers deal with stuff. Or when you get to the stage of like James Charles, they just don't read the comments and they don't read the tweets. They have someone to do it for them because they're rich. Wish that was me. Wish I could pay someone to just have mental breakdowns for me. How fun would that be? Just like, read those comments for me, please. And then just cry about it. So on one hand, I don't feel comfortable setting the example that you shouldn't defend yourself when someone is mocking, harassing and spreading rumors about you. But on the other, it doesn't feel like I set the right example in giving this attention the way that I did. I'm still processing this as well, so I'm sure I'll find the answer in a few months or a year or so. All I know right now is I don't feel good about it, so there's probably something wrong. I saw a quote for the upteenth time this week that keeps throwing itself in my face and I keep forgetting it. Learn to be okay with people not knowing your side of the story. And that's actually my favorite part of this whole thing, because yes, YouTube is just a big like you trying to always defend yourself and trying to make sure that people understand where you're coming from and putting context to what you're saying, and then putting context to what you're saying, and the context so that people don't get offended or pissed off. And it just seems like you're constantly trying to defend yourself and trying to explain yourself to people that don't actually care. And I think that's a lot of what YouTubers have to learn along the way, and it kind of saves you a lot of this stuff. Like, you don't get yourself in this shit. It's been one of the more challenging lessons that like I'm learning it, but for some reason keep failing the test. These letters are so small that I literally just can't read them. I should probably wear my glasses, but why would I do that when I can just get migraines? Hopefully the remnants of my ego will die sooner than later. Anyway, I'm sorry for sending so many mixed messages in these last few weeks. I realized that my actions aren't aligning with my words. I saw this move as something that would hopefully smooth over a situation that seems to be never ending. But if I was a wiser woman or had a drop of common sense, I would have realized that the one thing that won't end it is continuing it. There's not many people who can give advice on these situations because realistically, not many people have lived this experience or could even fully imagine it. Yeah, I find that that's usually the case. Like if you're like complaining to someone who's not on YouTube about YouTube issues, they're just kind of like, oh yeah, that kind of sucks. But then they never really truly understand what it's like until they start it. So I'm always very much angry at people that criticize some of the actions of YouTubers without ever actually having a YouTube channel, or people that give helpful advice to YouTubers without ever actually having a YouTube channel. I think it's a whole different perspective. I think it's obviously fully okay to give criticism to YouTubers about the way you wish they would do things, but I think the perspective heavily changes when you actually have a bigger following on the internet, and then you're like, oh, that's how it feels. Okay, it's not very nice. So you're like, oh, just ignore it, just move on. It's empty words, because until you go through it and you have thousands of people having a go at you on the daily, you're not really gonna get it, and that's fine. I think it's good that you're not going to get it, because trust me, going through it is not the best thing in the world. So it's kind of difficult to get advice on YouTube stuff, because like she said, there's not many YouTubers that are going through it. If you're like a lawyer, you can go to your manager and be like, hey, I'm going through this, like, how do I fix this? With YouTube, it's just you. Like I said, it's you, your camera, your mic, and then you might make some friends along the way, and if you're lucky, then you guys can like give each other advice. But even then, it's kind of just guessing. We're all just kind of guessing. We're going through this and like, oh, this might work, but then it might not. But I'm kind of failing trying to figure it out on my own. I appreciate all your patience with me as I navigate whatever this is and I'm doing. I promise that moving forward, I'll try to handle it in a way that makes me feel more proud and gives you something to be proud of. Thank you for your love and kindness, Peach out. As a whole, I think this was fine. I think in the grand scheme of things, this was fine. People are still going to be angry because there are still things that people are saying she hasn't apologized for or acknowledged or spoken about, so there are definitely things that she still has to address. For example, even the way she treated drama channels. I mean, I didn't even realize this until recently that I was made aware of all of that was happening, because when I made that video saying I'm not going to speak about Gabbie Hanna, at that point I literally just stopped consuming Gabbie Hanna content in any way, shape or form. I wasn't involved in tweets, I didn't read any DMs about Gabbie Hanna. I just completely cut that part of my brain out, so I just didn't know what was happening. And also at that point kind of had a little bit of a Twitter detox, which I'm having right now, so I'll tweet like once or twice a day and then just jump off. So I didn't realize the amount of shit that she did. I think she complained that some drama channels didn't like cover her side of the story during the Jessie situation. So for example, she had to go at people like Dustin, who at the time I think his sister passed away, so he was obviously going through a lot of that, and he made a video talking about the fact that his sister passed away and he was crying, understandably, and she apparently said something like that they were crocodile tears, which having a mental breakdown doesn't excuse behavior. It can be a cause of it, but it doesn't mean we have to excuse it, if that makes sense. And then her fans were spreading Nick Snyder's, which also is, it's actually illegal. Let's just say it that way. It's illegal, and she wasn't like trying to in any way stop that from happening, not even like a little statement saying like, hey guys, I appreciate you guys defending me, but let's not do illegal things that are also just really So there are a lot of things that she still hasn't addressed in this apology. I don't expect her to apologize to me or anyone else. Well, I don't expect an apology. If they expect an apology, that's perfectly fine. I don't really care. I'm not like losing sleep over Gabbie Hanna not apologizing to me. So I think I'm fine just where I'm at with Gabbie Hanna. I'm glad that she this quickly decided to cut her behavior and hopefully change it, because usually it takes her a little bit longer to come to these conclusions. So I'm glad it's kind of like the time is shortening now. But whatever your opinion is, please let me know. I would love to know what you guys think about this, where you stand on the Gabbie Hanna drama once again. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything you want to comment down below, and subscribe, because I post videos every time something happens. Save that bell, you'll be notified when that's happening. Social media links, second channel, affiliate links, any other links in description. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.